some things on my mind. There's a couple things going through this head of mine right here. Of course,
like your Saints being eliminated.
Yeah, like my Super Bowl pick in the very beginning of the year.
Next, the Chiefs are going to knock out.
They better not. I want my money. I want some money, man. Whoa, what happened here? Just like the Chiefs, you know. Who dat, blue dat. Let's start with that game. Let's start with the Saints and the Vikings. The Vikings. Okay, this is always a huge debate every single year of resting starters and not resting starters. The Saints, of course, did not rest starters in Week 17 because they were going for a bye week and a possible number 1 overall at the time. Vikings, they already were at the 6th seed. No matter what, they were getting the 3 seeds, so they rested a lot of players, a lot of their starters against the Bears, and
they almost won.
In this, and they almost won. And in this predicament, it seemed like the rested starters were the advantage. I mean, in a way, right?
I don't know so much because like the Saints were moving the ball when they were doing all that stuff with Taysom Hill and everything.
Yeah, but
that's
now
when they were moving the ball. It's just Drew Brees couldn't, and I don't know if that's because he rested, because he was also out for 4 games during the year.
True,
where Bridgewater was in. So
and Alvin Kamara has been inconsistent this year, and I guess they were exploited that when you only have one receiver and a good running back, it's not enough sometimes, especially against a good defense. Yeah. Michael Thomas can't do it all by himself. Alvin Kamara can't do it all by himself. A 40-plus-year-old quarterback cannot do it all by himself, and it showed in this game. Right?
Yep.
And Minnesota took advantage of that, and for some odd known reason, Kirk Cousins did something that Kirk Cousins usually does not do, and that's win big games, especially on the road.
Yeah.
And he showed it. And you know what? Kudos to the Vikings. They deserve that game. I don't want to hear any bullshit about the last play of the game with the possible pass interference, because there was no pass interference on that shit. Kyle Rudolph did not it was Rudolph, right?
Yeah.
That got the touchdown. He did not push off at all. And if he did, okay, fine. It was like everybody in the NFL does that. And guess how many calls this year of that? None. 0. Zilch. So don't give me that bullshit. No way.
The main reason they're arguing that is because of how severely they got fucked last year with the actual pass interference call that wasn't called.
No, yeah, last year was real. But this year, the Saints should have won that game, and they didn't, and Minnesota exploited their weaknesses. Yeah. On the other side of the NFC bracket, we had a shit show.
Yep.
It was the Eagles home against Seattle.
Yep. Carson once got hurt within the first 10 minutes.
The first 10 minutes he gets hurt, and then you already know. And you know what? That was the whole theme of the Eagles the whole year. People going down for injury after injury after injury. Dude, they were starting their 6th, 7th, and 8th string wide receivers. They were starting people like you and I in the slots. It was disgusting all year. So even though Philly's defense, they did enough to win that NFC least, but you're not beating Seattle, especially with all those injuries. And Seattle got injuries too, but you're still not going to beat Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
it was whoever's going to be the healthiest quarterback.
That's the thing too. Even with the Seahawks though, is that their offense really isn't that hard to stop right now because they have absolutely no running game, because the most Marshawn could run for is 5 yards, and then he gets
for goal lines,
and then he can't move anymore.
Yeah, he's been on the couch the last year and a half.
But so now, if it's just going to be just them lining up in passing formations, what I told you a few weeks ago, where that was the Packers' defensive coordinator strategy. Oh, I'm just going to try to stop the pass, and if they can run, they'll run.
We'll get to the Seahawks and the next opponent after we do our review on the next 2 games. AFC side, both games were phenomenal. Were insane. And you know what? Fuck the Patriots, they come first. They don't get the limelight in this one because I think somebody else deserves that shit. Or at least two other people deserve, or three. But New England loses at home in the wild card against a rush-heavy team with Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill, former Miami Dolphin quarterback, goes into New England and wins. How poetic is that? How poetic is that? And I got a question for you. Is this the last we see of Tom Brady in New England?
Maybe.
Is his last pass in New England a pick six? Is it?
Maybe. They'll resign him because it's Robert Kraft, and that's who Robert Kraft loves more than he loves Belichick. So they'll resign him in the 2 or 3 more years. But yeah, that game was crazy, and it was funny because I picked the Titans last week.
I picked the Patriots. Yeah, you did.
Yep.
You did pick the goddamn Titans, didn't you?
Yep, and I picked the Vikings.
I have that book. I have that fucking book. Let's see. Alright, let's see. You had Tennessee. You had Buffalo. You had New Orleans. You had Seattle. I had Houston, which was right. New England. New Orleans, Seattle. So we both went 2-2. Buffalo was a loss, and New Orleans was a loss, and then for me, Houston was a loss, and New Orleans was a loss. Or New England and New Orleans was a loss. So we both went 2-2, but you're right. You did take Tennessee. You did get that one right. So that I give you kudos on that one because that was a nice little upset right there. We'll get to that later. I like Tennessee. They're just a smash you in your mouth type team, and it's because of fucking it's Henry and the coach. I know it's not Teddy Vrabel, Mike Vrabel. I love it, but the game of the week.
Smashed.
Yes, I think the game of the week, hands down, was the first game of the weekend, and that was Buffalo at Houston.
Yeah.
And Buffalo had this game, 13-point lead, or what, 13-0, 16-0 at the half. Yeah, at the half, it's like, okay, it's still close. It's kind of like the Clemson, not Oklahoma. Was it Oklahoma? The semifinal. Yeah, Ohio State. It was like Clemson's Ohio State game. It was very close, still a double-digit lead at half, and then Clemson came back. Same thing with Houston. I give so much props for Deshaun Watson, for J.J. Watt, and even Josh Allen. Josh Allen, he got sporadic in the end, but he showed that he is a true quarterback. I love Josh Allen, man. Yeah, that guy's great. And I love Deshaun Watson. I thought that game was awesome. I listened to it on the radio when I was working. It was fucking phenomenal. And J.J. Watt is okay now with this torn pectoral,
We'll see if he's actually okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Buffalo, it was interesting because even before the game started, I was telling, a few friends that, Josh Allen's really good, but they have absolutely no offensive line, no wide receivers, no actual running back, because Singletary's their starter. And he's
a rookie.
Yeah.
He's a rookie. You give him a break at least. But no, I understand. That offense needs a little bit of twerking. You need to put pieces around Josh Allen, and I think they will. I think Buffalo is going to be. They have a bright future, and especially with New England going down. New England, Buffalo can totally become the next the AFC East champion.
What's the best better?
Or Miami. Because actually Miami went, I think, 5-4 the last 9 games of the season. And when they were supposed to go 0-16, that's pretty crazy. That's very, very crazy. So, yes, now we have the divisional playoffs, and maybe I should get a plan on this one. I don't know.
Right in blood.
Right in blood. Here, hey, slice my finger open. Jesus, what the hell's going on? Alright, cool. There we go. Got a fucking pen. Alright. We got Tennessee at Baltimore.
Yep.
We got, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's very, very interesting that in a pass-happy league, we have all top 4 rushing offenses, and they're all actually facing each other. Yeah. The number 1 is Baltimore, number 4 is Tennessee, and on the other side, it's San Francisco, number 2, and Minnesota, number 3. That's really crazy to think about. But
the Ravens also have a top 5 run defense.
This is true. So, who wins this game, Ravens or Titans?
Ravens.
Yeah.
The reason the Ravens' run game is so good also is not just their starts. They have, Ingram is great, but they also have Lamar who will randomly bust out for like a 30-yard run. So, like, it's hard to, like, you could say you're going to game plan for it and have someone spying him, but once the person spying him is as fast as him, it's really not going to matter. And, like, the Titans had a good run beating the Patriots, but I think the Ravens roll over them.
I agree. I think Tennessee had a nice little season. You know, they showed a lot of character this year, but Baltimore's too powerful. They're on a whole different league. Like you said, that defense, that rush defense, they have weapons on offense. They got playmakers, man, and it's gonna be too much for Tennessee. We have Kansas City home against Houston. Who you got? Chiefs? I got the Chiefs, too. Yeah. I think it's, once again, Kansas City and Baltimore are on a whole different level.
But I could see this game being like 42-42 and just like killing each other. Cause,
like Deshaun Watson just airing it out.
No defense. So.
They really don't. Yeah, you're right. They don't.
Since
even though
getting rid of Eric Berry and Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
They have, like, absolutely no defense.
And now where's Marcus Peters?
Yeah, Rams? Oh, no, Ravens.
He's on the Ravens, exactly.
Yeah, he was on the Rams for a second.
He was, and then they traded him, and then the Rams got Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
So, I think Kansas City, they have too much of a prolific offense. Houston will do a decent job on the pass rush if J.J. Watt if he plays like he did this past week against Buffalo, but Kansas City has a better offensive line.
Yeah.
I think it'll be closer.
A little different style than what they faced last week,
but
before,
exactly. So I think Kansas City will win this game. I was going to say close, but actually no. I actually have them covering the -9.5. I think they win by 10.
Yeah.
Wow, that's going all over the place. So I'd say like 37-27.
Yeah, around there.
Baltimore, Tennessee. I do see Tennessee making it a game, but still losing by 6. Maybe like a 27-21 type thing.
I can see them making a game,
or maybe like 20-14.
But like making a game late, where like Baltimore has the lead and they just kind of
garbage
like
touchdown.
Sit back and
like it's like 20-7 with 2 minutes left.
And Buffalo, they just go prevent defense. And
Tennessee
just,
goes down. Gets a touchdown, tries to get an onside kick, and it doesn't happen, and game over. Yeah. On the other side, we got Frisco versus Minnesota. Who you got? Frisco's been sitting there nice and fine, you know. Frisco's pretty good at home. Minnesota just got off of a huge win against New Orleans. Who you got? I got Frisco. I got Frisco winning this game. I don't think Minnesota has it yet. And I'm still not a believer in Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins, you have to prove me wrong. You have to prove me wrong. If you could go into New Orleans and Frisco and win, I'll possibly be a believer. But right now, not against that defense. It's not a New Orleans defense. New Orleans has not that good of a secondary other than Lattimore.
And
Marcus Williams. But Frisco is just...
Yeah. No,
sorry, man.
Frisco's defense
is too good.
But, like, here's the thing. Like, I don't trust Kirk Cousins, but I do trust the Vikings defense to keep it close.
I agree.
In that situation, like, I like Telvin Coleman, but of the 2 running backs who I'd say have the best bet of breaking something...
Rita.
No, Dalvin Cook.
Oh, Dalvin Cook. Oh, no, okay. I thought you... Never mind.
No. Dalvin Cook or Rudolph, I could see.
Well, yeah, I can too. I don't see Coleman doing much, but I see Garoppolo doing the dink and dunks, and that could also do it. I mean, they got fucking Kittles, man.
Yeah.
And Pettis ain't bad either, and they got a couple guys on that team.
I also think Garoppolo's at least going to throw a pick or two.
Oh, yeah.
I think those two safeties that the Vikings have that were playing really good the past 4 weeks are going to get one or two, and I think Vikings are going to end up winning 21-18.
Wow. I say 27-23 Frisco. I see a 27-23. Now we got our beloved Packers against our arch nemesis of the last 8-9 years that's outside of our division, the Seattle Bitchbirds.
The Buccaneers?
The Bitchbirds. The Seahawks. Goddamn Pete Carroll. He's at it again. Seattle's coming to Green Bay this time.
Where it's going to be cold and there's most likely going to be snow.
Yep, and it's going to be a running game.
Yep.
It's going to be a running game, and I think this game, even though we just talked about, and maybe we'll have to worry about it the next week, but I just talked about how New Orleans just has Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, right? I'm sorry. All the Packers have is Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones. Other than, of course, Aaron... Okay.
Jamal Williams had 8 touchdowns and 800 yards this year.
All right. Okay. All right, fine. Jamal Williams. If they stay rush heavy, they're going to win this game.
I don't think the whole game they're not going to stay rush heavy because that's not what they do. But Jones will probably get around 15, 20 carries or touches if he catches the ball. Or Williams will probably get around 12 or 13. They're going to pass the ball just because that's what they do.
Yeah, it's Aaron Rodgers. I get it.
Number one, I don't think the Seahawks have the personnel to do a run game right now, especially against the Packers defense had 2 really, really bad games. But for the most part, this year they've averaged giving up 19 points a game. And besides the 2 games where the running backs have went crazy, they've last 2 weeks actually been good. They didn't play like slugs. They played Saquon Barkley. They played, I think, Cook before the Vikings bye.
Yeah.
But I think
we faced some good running backs, and we've gotten through it.
So the fact that the Seahawks really don't have a run game.
No, they don't. And I think that's what's going to hurt them.
Lynch can only go 3-4 yards, and then he gets to get pulled.
Yeah.
And then they put in Robert Turbin, who, even when his prime, he was nothing.
He wasn't really much.
So
I agree.
They're not going to be able to run the ball on the Packers, I don't think.
But I think that defense is going to contain Green Bay enough to make it a close game. And I think it's going to come down to a game-winning field goal by our boy Mason Crosby. I'm saying 23-20.
Say 31-21.
Damn, so you see a 10-point win for Green Bay.
I think they get a field goal near the end just to kind of
solidify it, with 3 minutes left in the game type shit.
But I think Aaron Jones ends up with 2 touchdowns.
Oh, I hope so.
And Jamal Williams gets 1 receiving.
I really fucking hope so. But that's our slate for what we got. NFL playoffs. I'm excited. It's great shit. Here we go.
Until your Chiefs get eliminated, and then you lose your whole Super Bowl.
And then all my Super Bowls.
You lose everything.
Well, as long as Green Bay gets in on them.
But you didn't pick them.
You're right, I
did.
The
Chiefs and the Saints.
I did. And you know what? I went with my head and not my heart. Right now, head's not working. Alrighty then. So, what the fuck? What in the goddamn fuck? I am talking about Monday Night Raw. Why?
Which one?
Why? Yeah, which one is right? Why is... Okay. This is how a Royal Rumble works.
But not always, because Roman Reigns had his title and he was in the Rumble. 3 years ago, when he lost to Triple H, Roman Reigns was WWE Champion, and Triple H made him go in the Rumble to defend his title.
But that was to defend the title in a Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, but Brock Lesnar's not defending his title.
You don't know. They could change things.
I hope so. I hope there's some sort of an angle that's like, hey, Brock, you can't do that because you're a champion, so you got to defend that title somehow. So either do it in the Rumble.
But even this, like I was telling you before, like, yeah, it's weird he's the champion and he's in the Rumble, but it's better than just, oh, here's Brock Lesnar or Zack Ryder to murder him and we'll keep his title and see you at WrestleMania. But that's basically what they do. They throw like random nobodies. And they throw him random nobodies.
I'd rather see a Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar.
But Randy's not involved with Lesnar. Randy's having a rivalry with AJ Styles.
It's true.
Which is going to put on better matches than Orton versus Lesnar. And so it would end up being like Brock versus like Rusev or Bobby Lashley or someone, whoever the fuck is in the mid card not doing anything, or fucking Drake Maverick, and just so we can murder him. Like, at least in this way, because he's not going to win.
No.
So this
way, it's going to set up his WrestleMania match.
No. This way, you could have kind of what I was saying, where maybe there's a SmackDown person who wins and faces Bray, or an NXT person who wins. This way, you could have Brock in the Rumble, not someone like Matt Riddle or Keith Lee, or one of the big guys from SmackDown eliminates Brock, and even if they don't win the Rumble, they've started a program with him.
And then Lesnar says, I want you at WrestleMania. I don't give a fuck about anybody on Monday Night Raw. I want Matt Riddle. I want Keith Lee. I want, I don't know, Daniel Bryan.
Braun or Baron.
Braun, yeah. But what I have been seeing as of late, and this is an interesting one, is that I think they're setting up slow burn, because Paul Heyman loves slow burns, and this might be the slow burn for Drew McIntyre to eliminate Brock Lesnar in the Rumble and start a feud with Lesnar and have them face off at WrestleMania.
I've heard someone else.
Who?
I need to guess. It's funny this way.
I think I know because I think they already killed the rumor. Edge.
They're saying he's gonna win, and
he's gonna win the Royal Rumble,
and he'll beat Lesnar.
What?
Yep.
So Edge is gonna win the Royal Rumble and face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Batista did it, but when he came back.
I also heard. Well, actually,
and Kevin Owens is another rumor.
I really wish
that they're considering.
Might as well just have Big Show win the fucking Royal Rumble. And
that's just different though, because
no, I know, I love Edge, I do. That would be fun, but boy, would that be a whole turn of events on that shit, man. I don't know, but that would be interesting for sure. The other thing, but how do you feel about the Drew McIntyre character change and a possible face change?
I mean, it's not really like a face, because he's still just randomly beating the fuck out of people and just...
But he's doing it for the crowd.
Yeah, but the crowd...
Do you guys want to see another Claymore kick? On 3, 2, 1!
Yeah,
He's doing it for the crowd.
But, like, the crowd is even, like, not how you could judge if he's good or bad. Because the crowd fucking cheers for Bray Wyatt, and he's obviously a heel. Because he fucking murders people and
cuts their hair off, brings them under the ring. And I got a great theory on Bray Wyatt later on, and I think it's a coincidence that turned into something that I really hope they keep on doing.
But yeah,
we'll get to that.
Because he's obviously a heel, and he gets cheered. Owens, for the longest time, was a heel and would always get cheered.
Yeah, but
same with Joe.
But like, Drew McIntyre is doing cheap pops now. He's doing cheap pops, and that's what faces do. They cheap pop.
Only if their name is Mick Foley.
I like it, and I think this could be a possibility of them having Drew McIntyre get buttered up so he could lose to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
I don't know if whoever faces him is going to lose. Because he kind of wants to
just kind of go away for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, Vince, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, all right, keep the title. We're not doing shit on it anyways. Fuck you. Fuck this shit, right? What's with the Big Show thing? Is that just for a one-night deal, or is he maybe going to turn on Owens and Samoa Joe?
He's going to be back on next Raw to fight them. No, I said Joe's going to be the one that turns.
And he's going to go with Seth Rollins and AOP?
Yeah. But Show, like... He's going to be back for a few weeks. He's probably going to be in the Rumble.
Yeah.
And, like...
Maybe the storyline and that's it.
But, yeah, I liked it because... Yeah. It's the same thing as, like... It's like we were saying with other things. Like, they had to get a third person, like, who else...
Would it be?
Are you going to have it be? And, like... That would actually be fun to see, and it wouldn't like, be like, wouldn't be like, oh, here's Drew McIntyre to team with Joe and KO for no reason. It's like
true. No, you're right.
Or here's Sami Zayn, even though he's on a different show.
Well, there's a lot of no reasons. I'm sorry, man. Like the one no reason thing. I understand that you said that John Morrison came back for backstage, WWE backstage, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't return back to WWE
storyline because he was. That's where he said he was signed and he was where he was going.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
They say that on WWE backstage.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like for people that don't watch WWE backstage.
Well, that's how they're gonna get people to watch it because they're putting storyline stuff
and returns and debuts and shit like that.
They're even saying next week. Paige is expected to announce that she's going to be in the Rumble.
What?
Yep.
She's medically cleared again? Paige is medically cleared again.
That's what they're saying.
They're medically clearing everybody. Hey, Austin, Mick Foley, come on.
Austin is kind of.
Yeah.
But no, that's because they're putting like storyline stuff on the show because they kind of did it already with. Like Miz when he was on this week and he was talking about why he like attacked Kofi like he did and all that stuff.
I know I didn't see it.
Just said like he basically his whole excuse was like, say you're having the worst day or worst weeks of your life, and then someone just coming up, oh be happy, here's pancakes, be happy. And they won't shut up about it. And they keep saying like, oh no, you have to be positive, we're friends, be happy. Like what do you want to just beat the shit out of them? Like he said, so that's what I did. He's like, it's you.
Now I have a fun little theory on that right there with the Miz.
And this is also kind of like what we were saying too. Like everyone who faces Bray changes.
That's it. You're right. Everybody that faces Bray becomes heel. Or more heel.
Except for Daniel Bryan. He became face.
Well, he
was already a heel.
Well, he went back to the American Dragon title of him. But no, everybody that faced Bray Wyatt changes.
Yeah.
They change.
Except for the only difference is
what?
The Miz didn't face the Fiend.
Yeah.
The Miz faced Bray Wyatt.
Same difference. In a way. You know, same thing. He had to deal with the Fiend. The Fiend in his house. You know, little fucking...
Well, no, that's kind of what he said, too. Like, he's like, imagine, like, you have to think about all this stuff, like, are your kids safe? Is your wife safe? And that all of a sudden, you're like, no, you got to be positive. Be happy. So he hit him because he was angry and he was just annoying him.
Yeah, even though it's a little bit too soon, I like the coincidences
and that's kind of the whole point with Morrison being back is because they're gonna team up
Miz
against the New Day.
Okay. And go for the titles.
Well, New Day aren't the champions.
Oh yeah, they're not the champions. Jesus Christ, they are not the champions. Well, fuck me. Revival doesn't have it.
No.
Who the fuck beat New Day? I am off. Who's the champions? Are you sure? I swear the tag team champs. Oh boy, wow. Look how much we fucking know. This is really bad. Just like, what the fuck? It's New Day.
They are?
It's New Day. Yes. The date they won.
They never come out with the titles when they've been coming out.
Yeah, it's Big E and Kofi Kingston. There. Yeah,
So,
I knew it. Yeah, so there you go. Morrison and Miz versus New Day at Royal Rumble, and Morrison and Miz will win.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What are you feeling about the Andrade and Rey Mysterio stuff?
I think.
And what's the payoff?
Well, the payoff is going to be a match versus hair match at WrestleMania, and then that'll be Rey's.
Goodbye.
Yeah. I think the ref kind of screwed up the match because
that was a what the fuck?
Because what he told Rey to do, where he told him to go back outside, act concerned again, didn't need to happen.
You're right.
He could have just, after he threw him into the stairs, hit his finisher and gone.
Yeah.
And that would have been the end of the match.
Yeah.
But the ref basically is telling them to do extra stuff.
And he was breaking up Andrade's finisher, and, at least playing it cool, like, hey, I think he's got a concussion, and you okay? All right, cool. But then the referee drags Andrade into the ring.
Yeah.
It was a shit show. It was a goddamn shit. It looked like something out of a fucking High School Musical.
Yeah.
It was like, wait, what's going on? And I think for the most part, they kind of played it smooth, but at the same time, it's like... So that ref is our douche of the week. At least mine. He's my douche of the week. What else happened? There was something else, I swear. What am I forgetting? We got the Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and Big Show. John Morrison coming back.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Your favorite people, Bobby Lashley and Lana?
I didn't... Yeah. You could talk about that shit. It's just too much, man. Oh, that's the other thing that happened. There was another huge thing that apparently when after the AJ Styles, walking up the ramp, that it shows in the back that some dude's trying to get in the ring, and that the security is like beating the fuck out of him, right? Yeah. Turns out the person that was getting in the ring was actually the guy that was going to marry Bobby Lashley and Lana the last week, and he was actually supposed to be there for a promo and segment, and the security didn't know about it. So a lot of fucking shit happened on Raw, man. It was just mistake after mistake, but whatever. Royal Rumble's around the corner. And let's just hope to God they don't fuck that up. I got nothing else. You got something? Who's your douche? What's going on? WWE just got me all fucking nilly-willy.
Right now, I don't really have one.
You don't have a douche?
Nah.
Not even...
Because WWE is really not pissing me off, because it's like, a lot of stuff is weird, but it's funny.
Sports?
Nothing's happening. Packers are in the playoffs, so I'm happy. And, Blackhawks are being competitive again. The Bulls are tanking for no apparent reason, just to randomly do it.
Just to do it.
So, there's really, not much of people. The Cubs are still annoying me, but, it is what it is. They're eventually going to do something.
Go Sox.
And, just the whole situation with the Cubs is because of the Ricketts, but it's really nothing you can do about it because they own the team until they sell them again, or until someone else buys them. But I want to talk about the other thing, the Super Bowl teams.
Oh, that's right. We want to talk about that. Yes, you had a nice little segment to do. So let me hear this, because I know you talked to me a little bit about it before the show.
So of all the teams that haven't won the Super Bowl, and which are the Bengals, the Bills, the Browns, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Falcons, the Jaguars, the Lions, the Panthers, the Texans, the Titans, and the Vikings. Who do you think is the closest to winning one, and who will never win one?
Well, if you want to talk going into next year or still right now? Because
I could say next year because even the right now teams.
Because I could just say the Vikings. I could just totally say the Vikings.
Or the Texans.
No, because the Texans have to go through tougher teams.
Niners are a little.
Niners did beat Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas City did beat Baltimore.
Yeah.
So that means the Niners beat Baltimore.
Not really.
Or no. No, the Niners and Baltimore played this year, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And the Niners lost. Baltimore won.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's right. And it was a close game. Close game. So yeah, the Niners.
But yeah, I more mean like in the future because this is season's already. Like it's easy to say like a team in the playoffs can win.
Oh yeah, like you say Minnesota, man. Like that's an easy one. I would say the Texans. I'm starting to steal your limelight on this one, but then I would say the Texans because let's look at their division. Indianapolis is a wishy-washy team. Tennessee's good. Mm-hmm. They're going to be competitors, and Jacksonville's fucking terrible. So after that, you got Tom Brady that is getting older. He's not going to...
And he might not stay in New England.
Yeah, and he might not stay in... I think he's going to the Raiders, honestly. But, yeah, you got Kansas City. Yeah, you got Baltimore. Yeah, you might have another team that emerges next year, like a Buffalo or maybe Pittsburgh.
Buffalo kind of emerged this year and last year.
Yeah.
Because it's 2 years in a row.
Then Buffalo will just keep on going up. Or maybe Pittsburgh gets back into the mix, with Big Ben. But Houston will be there. Houston has the players, the scheme. They need just a few more little, few more things. And, I'd say Texans.
I say the Bills because they've been...
What the fuck's going on in there?
Well, like I said, they've been in the playoffs the past 2 years.
Yeah.
They're like a good receiver and like even one more offensive lineman away from being like a more solid team. If Brady leaves or if he doesn't, the Patriots aren't the same team anymore. It's not going to be hard for the Bills or the Jets to move ahead of them in the division rank, in the race. And really, without like the team that like for sure, like no matter what, they're always in the Super Bowl, so making the playoffs doesn't matter. Without that team in there anymore, now like any team going in can feel like they actually have a chance. So I think the Bills have right now the best chance because of their defense, because Josh Allen, and they got good coaching. I think they're probably the closest to being a future Super Bowl team.
They'll be the next in line to win the Super Bowl of teams that have not won the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying. Who is farthest away?
TVO first.
Let's see this thing again. Alright. Let's see. I'm just going to go down the line. Because I'm just going to give a little synopsis on everybody. Bengals, they got a while ways. They got Joe Burrow possibly coming there. Well, not possibly. Will go there. Bills, way too good. Browns, it really depends on Baker Mayfield. Cardinals, it depends on Kyler Murray. Chargers, that's a tough one because you don't know what Rivers is older, and we don't know what type of Rivers we're going to get next year.
Plus Melvin Gordon next year.
Falcons, I have no idea. They're up and down. They could go 13-3 next year. They could go 3-13. Fuck that. Jacksonville, that's no. Lions, Panthers. That's a weird one. Same thing with Cam Newton. Texans, of course, I said it would be at the best. Titans, they're up there, and the Vikings are up there. So, for me, it kind of comes down to... I'm going to say the Jaguars. I'm going with the Jaguars. I'm looking at it, even though I love Gardner Minshew, and I know he's a second quarterback, but... he's not a Super Bowl quarterback, and I understand you don't need to be, but you also need a defense, and now that they're rebuilding again, after trading away Jalen Ramsey, even though he didn't want to be there and all that shit, they just have pieces, but they don't work together. They don't work together. I don't think Jacksonville's going to be good. I don't even think they're going to be good for at least 3 or 4 years. And that's a long fucking time in the NFL. And just to be good doesn't mean you're going to get to the Super Bowl. Doesn't even mean you're going to get to the AFC title game. So I'm saying Jacksonville has the worst shot out of the 12 teams to never win a Super Bowl. I mean, the best shot to never win the Super Bowl. Never.
I and this is as much to do with their division as anything, because there's 3 teams that are like head and shoulders above them, and that could get better. This is the Lions.
The Lions have the worst. The Lions
will
never win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Why do you say that the Lions will never win a Super Bowl, Adam?
The Vikings are a lot better than them.
Well, yes, of course.
Packers, right now, are a lot better than them.
Yes, of course.
Bears, despite their flaws, defensively, and if they can figure out a way to move the ball offensively, are better than the Lions. So it's 3 teams in their division that are better than them overall.
So that means they'll never make the playoffs.
If the Bears continue to extend much to risky, they might, but no, like...
They should have never fired Jim Caldwell. That's what the Lions' problem is. They went 9-7 the year that they fired Jim Caldwell. What are you thinking? Oh, we're going to get Matt Patricia. I bought into the hype. It's been 2 years. What the fuck have you done?
But no,
nothing.
That because like their whole thing was like saying that they were gonna build like a better defensive team because they signed all these former Patriots people. But former Patriots players are the same as former Patriots coaches. Bill lets them go for a reason because he doesn't let them do shit. He does everything, and he knows how to find random great players.
He does. He really does.
Like
I believed in the Lions this year.
Yeah, I know.
I believed in them, and they fucked everything up because, like my father always says, the Lions can always fuck up a one-car funeral.
But it's also the fact that, like, you don't know how Stafford's going to be coming back from this injury now. And also...
Oh, he'll be fine.
Also, Stafford might...
Won't matter, though.
Might go the route of the other Hall of Fame Lions in the past, where he might just...
retire early?
Yeah, and just be like...
I don't think he'll retire. I think he just won't resign when his contract is up. Even though, wait, he's got, what, 4 more years?
4 more years.
And he's, what, 32? 30?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he's 32. I think he's the same as Rodgers.
Okay. Well, Rodgers is like 36. Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford is 31. Okay, so that's good. He's 31, so he's still young. Let's look at his contract. So I know he just signed it a year or 2 ago. That was like 5 or 6 years. No players. Contract 5 years. Okay, so
5 years starting last year.
So yeah, he's got 3 years left.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's got 3 years left. So when he's 34 years old, he can go into free agency. So there you go. There you go. And when he's 34, and you know what? In this day and age, quarterbacks can play till they're 38, 39, 40 years old. So he'll still have another 2 good years left, but somewhere else.
Yeah, and they could. It's just, like I said, there's like a few players on the Lions, like Slay and Galladay, who are good players. It's just, I don't think any of those players, like if Stafford's healthy, it's different. But even with him, I don't know if this season would have turned out any differently.
No, they would not have made the playoffs.
Because
it wouldn't.
Like I said, there's just, if they were in any other division, like if they were in the NFC East, yeah, I could see them going to the playoffs, probably going to the Super Bowl.
But Super Bowl? Wait, what?
But in this division, they're not going to. The highest they'll get is 3rd place.
You're right, and that's the second wild card. If you're lucky.
Depending on your record.
Yeah.
It's not a guarantee to see even a wild card.
Exactly.
So, especially if the East keeps pulling up 7 and 9 teams to win. So, like...
And the NFC West is going to be tough as fuck for the next, 3 years. You got Seattle, who's re-emerging again.
Niners.
You got Niners, who are really good, and the Rams just had a bad year. They might...
Are you sure they just had a bad year?
They might come back next year.
Yeah, they could.
But yeah, you got too many good teams in the NFC, so you have to worry about 3 teams in your division, and if you cannot take care of that.
And like this year, I know Stafford was out most of the year, but Did they even win a game in their division this year?
No, I think they went 0-6.
Yeah. So
They went
the first 3 games of the division Stafford was playing against each team, the first game of each team.
And then the last three was...
Except for the Bears, who faced Blau, and I forgot who the first quarterback was.
Mr. Blau, Mr. Blau, my name again is Mr. Blau.
So yeah, it's just they have too much going against them that it's going to be too hard for them to even get to a Super Bowl. I'd say you had to pick another one. Browns would probably be just good because they keep bouncing themselves.
They always keep Brown, and you know what? You might be right. They just might be cursed. The Browns just might be cursed. This was the year that everybody...
And I knew it wasn't going to happen because everybody was saying, oh, the Browns are going to be amazing. I'm like, it's like every time somebody says...
I didn't think they were going to be amazing. I thought they were going to be a playoff team. I thought they were going to be a wild card. I didn't think they were going to win the division. I
also didn't think the Ravens were going to win.
I had them going 6-10. Boy, was that a mistake. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. But, speaking of not knowing what the fuck I'm talking about, we're going to give you one more prediction. Who do you got? Clemson? LSU? Who you got?
LSU.
Clemson, baby! I'm going with fucking Lawrence.
The quarterback you traded?
Trevor Lawrence!
The quarterback you traded, so you could have Judah Gay?
Yeah, Judah Gay is a great quarterback for me. He is. Hey, I won a Super Bowl with him. Okay? I want a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
You lost to Joe Flacco, remember that.
But I won one with Lamar.
It's alright. This is the year of Judah Gay. Alright, I'm James.
I'm Adam.
And this is the Pub List, and we'll see you next week when the Panthers win the NFC title game!
And the Lions aren't.